Hey everyone, Nearview back again with my second video for Star Wars: The Old Republic. And today I want to talk a little bit about the crafting system in the game. So once you reach level 10, you then open up the ability to learn your trade skills, and you can do so by heading to the fleet, whether it's the Republic fleet or the Imperial fleet. And when you get there, when you arrive at the fleet, you'll receive a quest to learn a trade skill. So basically, once you receive that quest, you can open up your map here, and in the fleet, you're going to see a crew skills area, and it's going to have all your crew skills vendor guys right here. Now, Star Wars: The Old Republic is a little unique in the fact that the crafting system is called crew skills, and that's because essentially your crew or your companions are the ones who actually do the crafting and the gathering of materials for you. So once you decide what you want to be, and there are several different things you can do. You can, when you come up here and talk to each one of these crafters, it's going to give you a codex entry, and you can get to that by pressing the L key, coming here to codex, and then going to crew skills, and it shows you all the different skills that you can get, such as archaeology, arms tech, armor tech, mech, artifice, so on and so forth. So you can basically select one, and it gives you a brief description of what the skill does, and essentially what you're going to be getting is a actual crafting skill, something that you make something with, for example, potions or armor or weapons, and you're going to be taking a gathering skill, which gathers materials for the profession you need, and you're going to be taking a mission skill, and the mission skill can get you several different things: companion gifts, cloth, and metals, things like that. So, for example, I took biotech. So for cybertech, I'm sorry. So for cybertech, if I click on it, it gives me a description. It tells you what your recommended gathering skill is, and for that it's scavenging, and recommended mission skill is underworld trading. So I grabbed cybertech, and I grabbed scavenging, and I grabbed underworld trading. So depending on whatever you choose to do, you'll need your crafting, you'll need a gathering skill, you'll need a mission skill, and this is a good way to figure out which goes with which, just here in your codex log by pressing the L key and coming to codex. So now, once you've got your skills, what do you do after that? Well, that's a good question. By pressing the N key, it brings up your crew management window here, and at level 10 you're only going to have one companion. So you're going to press in, you're going to see your crew skills, crew management page come up, and you're going to see whatever skills you have that you've chosen right here. And for me, it's cybertech, scavenging, and underworld trading. So the best way to start off is to come in here to your crafting ability, and you're going to see your plans that you can make. And the best way to do this is to just say, okay, well, I myself am a commando, so I'm going to use aim. So I find my reflex stuff, and I come down here, and you can see what it's going to create, and it's going to tell you what materials you're going to need to make that. And when you mouse over it, it's going to tell you that in order to make this, I need a plasteel, which is a grade 2 scavenged compound. So I would come in here to my scavenging window, and I would tell my guy, I would go to my grade 2 stuff, which is right here, and I would tell my guy, hey, go scavenge these things right here. And you know what you're going to get when you select a mission, because it's going to tell you down here, moderate yield grade 2 scavenged metals. So you know you're going to get scavenged metals, or for example scavenged compounds, or conductive flux. And depending on whatever gathering skill you have chosen, it might change. So basically, once you've selected this and you've told your guy, here's what I need, and you can hit this little send companion button, and it's going to send him off, and he's going to go off, and he's going to collect that stuff for you. And there's going to be a time limit for every mission. For example, for this mission, it's going to take 13 minutes and 24 seconds to send him off to bring back this Brazing Flux. And for your other one, for your mission thing, you can do the same thing. You can select that, and you can see your stuff right here, and you can send them off and off to do those missions. Now, the each companion has affection, and what affection does, as you go through quests and you answer things through the chat that they like, and you gain affection with them, or you give them companion gifts, your affection raises with them. And what affection does is it reduces the time that it takes for them to go out on these missions. So the higher the affection, the shorter period of time it's going to take them to bring back whatever materials you sent them out to get. And it's also going to reduce the chance they have for failing a mission, because yes, unfortunately, when you send them out, they do have a chance to fail the mission and not bring you anything back. So I suggest that you work on your affection, you try and answer things in quests along the quest text that they like, or that you give them gifts to try and get your affection up as high as possible in order to reduce the time and the chance to fail at gathering materials. Now that we've gone over a little bit of gathering, I want to talk about the actual crafting itself. So when you learn to craft and you get the materials to craft, most of everything you get is going to be a green skill. And up here at the top, you have things that you can search by. But for this, let's search by earpieces and by level. And now you'll see it lists the level here on the side, and I'm only looking under the earpieces I can make. So for example, I have a green earpiece that I can make, and you might say to yourself, well, I only need to make one of those or two of those because I can only have two earpieces, and it's green, and it might not be the best stats, and so you don't think that you need to make a lot of this piece and so it's going to limit kind of your skill that you level up. You're going to make a lot of worthless stuff. Well, in fact, the way that it works in Star Wars: The Old Republic is when you create a green item and you open up your inventory, you're going to have a reverse engineer button here, and what this allows you to do is if you click on it, it allows you to reverse engineer anything that you crafted. And it's interesting because when you reverse engineer something, it always gives you a chance to learn a better schematic of whatever you ever reverse engineered. So for example, if I reverse engineered a green, I could actually reverse engineer that and learn a blue schematic for the same thing. And there are several different outcomes that you can receive by reverse engineering. For example, here on the Clarity adapter, which gave me 16 aim and 16 endurance, when I reverse engineered that, I got a critical effect for the Clarity adapter, and it taught me how to make an earpiece with 16 aim, 16 endurance, and 7 critical. So every time you reverse engineer, it gives you a chance to reverse engineer that green into a blue and make something better. So it's worth making a lot of greens that might be for your class or a buddy's class and reverse engineering them and trying to get better results. Now, along with that, you can also continue to create blue items and reverse engineer those to get purple items, which are even better. And here you'll see at this purple item that I procced on gives me 20 aim, 16 endurance, 11 shield rating, and 19 critical. So you can reverse engineer a green into a blue and a blue into a purple, and you can just keep making better and better stuff. And that's how you gain new things to craft. However, you still at certain levels can go to your crew skill trainer for cybertech or whatever the case might be and buy more schematics, and they're going to be green schematics most of the time that you'll be able to reverse engineer to blue and so on and so forth. So you still buy them from the crafting vendor, and you can also learn to make them. On top of that, when you send your guy out on a mission, like Underworld Trading, he has a chance to also bring back schematics for things, and it might not always be for your profession, but you can learn schematics that way as well. So just keep that in mind. Craft stuff, even if you've already got what you need, keep crafting it and reverse engineering it and hoping to get better and better stuff. Now, another thing I want to talk about real quick is at level 10 you're going to have only one companion, but as you progress through the game you're going to get more and more companions. For example, I have 4 at this point in time. Now, when you get your ship, you're going to have 2 companions, and you can actually have both companions doing multiple things. So I can send Auric Jorgen out on a mission, on an underworld trading mission, and I can send C2N2 off on another underworld trading mission. So I can have 2 companions out collecting stuff at the same time. And at level 25 you can have 3, and and so on and so forth. So you can send more and more companions out as you level up. So I might have 2 guys crafting and 1 guy out gathering stuff. So it's important to remember, you know, if you're just out leveling, you're just doing your thing, you're running some instances or whatever, make sure you keep your guys out collecting stuff as long as you have the money to do so, because it costs money to send your guys out to gather things. For example, this mission costs 550 credits. So as long as you're okay with money and you've got plenty of it, just keep your guys out collecting stuff and gathering it and bringing it back to you. Now, along with that, when they collect items and crafting materials and they bring it back to you, it's not going to put it into your cargo hold of your ship. It's going to actually put it into your bag. So the only way to get it from your bag into your cargo hold is to bring it to your cargo hold and actually put it in there yourself. And it does not stack items. So if I already have, you know, some Dramazine silk in my cargo hold and I right click this Dramazine silk, it's going to put it in a completely, it's not going to stack, it's going to put it in 2 different slots, and you'll have to do that manually, and hopefully they'll change that soon and it will stack up by itself. But the last thing that I want to talk to you about just real quick is when crafting, it's important to remember that you can actually have any one companion craft up to 5 things at once. So I can tell Auric Jorgen, hey, if I can make 4 of these things up here, for example, these earpieces, and let me find the aim one here. Okay, there we go. Here's my aim one. I can actually say craft, 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 craft 4 times, and see, now he's got 4 things in queue, and he's going to craft one after another. And you can do that for all of your companions. So if I wanted to craft some force-sensitive relay down here while I was crafting these, I could actually tell M14X, you know, hey, you craft 4 of these, or 5 of these, because you can have up to 5 in queue at once. So there you go. That's really important to remember. You don't have to just craft one thing at a time. You can craft several things at a time, and that's always a really, really nice thing to know when it comes to crafting. And that's pretty much it for this video. Just one last thing I forgot. In the crew skill place and on planets, there's going to be crew skill trade vendors, and these guys are going to sell some things that you might not be able to get on missions. You know, they have brazing flux and other things for other professions, and you can buy some of these things, and that will require you to have in order to craft stuff. So there are some things you have to get off this vendor. And that's pretty much it. I appreciate you watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you have anything that I missed, please feel free to leave a comment. Thank you.